Good evening, afternoon, and night to anyone tuning into the cast. I see those 11 viewers, so hello. I'm a little bit late because my internet just went down before I could start casting, so that was fun. But here you are, back at the round of 8. This is the second week of games that were played. It's actually going to be the second day of casting. All the games were obviously pre-played, and these are replays. But today you'll be joining us for the end of 4 best of 3s. Actually, there's 2 people watching the cast, so hello. Yeah, there are 4 best of 3s, the conclusion of Boxer vs Beast, Fancy vs Higher, Go Rush vs Perfect Man, and now Ro8 vs Anytime. And to start that off today, we are going to start off with Boxer vs Beast as we did yesterday. Boxer started off yesterday taking the first game of the set to make it 1-0. And Beast is going to have to try and claw their way back here, but we'll get onto it. Here's the map screen. So as you can see, yesterday the set was played on Icarus, and today it's Gladiator and Aztec. Of course, if Boxer can take Gladiator, then Aztec will not be needed, and he will win the set 2-0. But here's hoping Beast can put up a decent fight and make it make a final game, because that's always exciting. And of course, moving along, you do have our first player here, Boxer. His stats still haven't been updated. He should be on 3 No, it's fine. They're fine. Sorry, I forgot I changed the stats a while ago, so forgive me. It is perfectly fine right now. He is 2-0 up still, taking his group. And moving on, another player I still don't have the image for is Beast here, our Zerg player of today. Beast has done pretty well for himself so far. He played a really close game against Boxer yesterday, so it does make me believe Beast does have a chance here to bring this set back 1-1 and possibly go on to win the set. But of course, it's all going to be down to how Beast plays out the set, if he actually adapts to what Boxer did last game, what adaptations they make, and how they're going to move forward. This is a very important game for Beast, because of course if Beast loses this game, they will be out of the Bacchus Offgamenet Starleague, the first one, and they'll have to wait until the second one, or the MSL, starts, until they can try and prove themselves in the individual league again. Of course, SCPL will still be running the whole time, so Beast won't have to wait long to play again, most likely, showing to be quite useful for Oz as a base player, most likely. So we have a lot to look forward to today, and we're going to move on to the first game while we can, and I'll get going. I paused that too quickly. That's fine. Here we go, both players are ready again. Beast looking skinny as ever, but that's fine. Let's get into the game and get this cast off on hopefully a good start. I did in fact lose connection to... oh, there we go. I had a feeling that might happen. I hope none of my viewers have epilepsy, because that's quite flashy. But here we go. I'm rehosting the game, and then we'll get started. Of course, your 2 players here are SK Club T1's Boxer and Oz's Beast. And over here in the bottom right spawn, we do have, which is 5 o'clock I'd say, maybe 4 o'clock, we do have Oz's Beast opting to build that first drone, so there is going to be no 4-pull, which is always nice. And then up in the top left corner, oh sorry, the top right corner, we do have Slayer's Boxer. As I said, I don't know, obviously there may be people tuning in today that didn't see it yesterday or haven't looked at the VODs, but Boxer did win his first game yesterday, and he is leading the set 1-0, so it's going to be up to Beast here to try and oust him from his position at the top of the set, and to try and block him from getting into the round of 4, but Boxer will be playing with his hardest here to try and make his way out the round of, or out of the round of 8 with a perfect record up until now. So Boxer is in a very strong position here, could be the first player to go into the round of 4, and the first player with a perfect record, of course, coming out the winners match of his group. So this game means a lot to him and also to Beast. So we could be in for a very, very interesting game here. And as you can tell, I'm solo casting again. I haven't been able to get in the contract with Quick Striker recently, so I'm back to casting solo. It's not too bad. It's just quite draining on the voice. So hopefully this all works out. Whoops, and yeah, that didn't work. But as you can see, Boxer not opting to add any gas, so it doesn't look like he'll be going for at least straight mech. So we're more than likely going to see a 1-Rax FE like we did yesterday from him, not opting to build a second barrack straight away either. He is going to be scouting the wrong way, whereas Beast will scout him a lot sooner, so Boxer will have to prepare against any 9-pull that he doesn't know doesn't actually exist, so it's quite lucky for him, Beast actually opting to go Hatchery first in this game. If I can remember correctly, Beast did go for a somewhat early pull last game and didn't do too much damage with it. So opting this time to play a little bit more greedy, hoping that Boxer, like last game, doesn't play anything super aggressive. And luckily for him, it looks like Boxer is playing relatively standard. Boxer is going to go for a 1-Rax FE. The command center is a bit late compared to what I'm used to seeing. A lot of times Terran will often get the command center up before their second depot, although that could just be my misknowledge, so if I am incorrect I do apologise, but there we go, we see the CC there, and Boxer actually opting to send a second scout out, will scout that the pool has just gone down and the extractor has gone down along with the third hatchery, so unlike last game, that's it, Beast actually played 2 hatch mulus last game, didn't do too much damage, Boxer's defense was really, really good. So Boxer will scout that there's 3 hatches this time, which will be somewhat of a relief for him, but due to his good defense last time, I think he may have been somewhat hoping the Beast would try it again. He's going to try and send some Marines across the map here. He does have his SCV over there. He will be able to build a bunker if he moves it out now. Beast is going to add on some Zerglings to try and defend against this. Of course, he doesn't actually know this is coming right now, but these 3 Marines, if he moves in at the right time, could actually get some decent drone kills. But it looks like Beast has built his Zerglings just in time, and the Marines will actually move back after Boxer sees the Lings coming out the base. Oh, yeah, with the hatchery there. And the SCV will actually scout the lair going up, so Boxer knows the lair timing, and it now leaves him and gives him the ability to add on his engineering bay and academy to get ready for any mulus play that could be coming his way. It does look like the Zergling did actually get the SCV, so unluckily for Boxer, he won't actually know what tech is coming. It could be possible that, like in STPL, I do believe, Beast actually opened Lurkers against Hansen, so it's not entirely out of the question that Beast could open Lurkers here. He is mining off of both of his gases, and we do see a Hydralisk Den going up now. Of course that could be a defensive Hydralisk Den, but after knowing that Boxer went for a 1-Rax FE, which he's now scouted, I should doubt he would assume mech at this stage. He hasn't seen any vultures yet either, so that's usually a big tell in TVZ. So the lair has finished, and so is the Hydralisk Den. The Hydralisk Den is actually researching something, so I'm going to take a guess into its lurkers, and yes it is. So it looks like Beast here is actually going to do his lurker opening again, And what Beast failed at last time with his lurker opening was he did eventually get picked apart by dropships. So it'll be interesting to see if Beast actually opts to make sure to get some extra anti-air this time. And if Box has actually looked at the replays from previously, he needs to adapt what he's doing to defend against this. He's going to add on his 2 extra barracks. Quite possibly he'll move up to 5 barracks and go with a +1 5 racks before adding on his factories and tanks and whatnot. But he has scoured both bases, and this Hydralisk den isn't in a perfect position. He's not going to be hiding it, so Boxer will most likely have now seen the Lurker den, or the Lurker, or the Hydralisk den morphing into something, so he will now move across with a small amount of forces, and it looks like Beast is going to try and run by. There's actually nothing here to defend. The Lings get into the main and they're going to run straight up to the mirror line. They're going to stop the barracks from being built. They're going to move up. He's going to try and snipe this engineering bay before range is done, and this could be a very, very huge snipe, much like yesterday when I think it was Beast actually lost his Hydralisk den. So getting back for yesterday is Beast taking out the Academy before it finishes an ever so important upgrade. This is actually going to stop Box's push from being able to push across the map due to lack of range. And of course, and the Lings are still in the base, they're still just running around, and while not being able to do much damage anymore due to the defenses at home by Boxer, these Lings are just going to be relatively annoying for quite a while. They're going to try and camp these barracks. And luckily for him, Boxer, or unluckily for him, sorry, Boxer actually managed to get his Marine away, and they're actually going to try and run out. They're going to run past the bunker, and 4 of them do get away, but it looks like, fearing the Lurker push that is probably going to be coming towards him, he's built an extra bunker to try and get ready with a turret, and it looks like Beast is going to add a 3rd base over here. A very nice position. It's up a ramp, so Lurkers will be able to defend that, so yeah, there's the Lurkers to defend the ramp. And he's going to move across with the rest of his Ling Lurker force to try and put some pressure on at the front. Boxer doesn't actually have too many units right now. He's now got his factory up, opting to tech up just off of 3 barracks, knowing Lurkers are coming, and he'll most likely try and get to vessels as quick as he can. Scans are not the perfect counter to Lurkers, of course, due to the sheer number of Lurkers that can appear and the lack of scans you can suffer. And the Lurkers are just going to siege down the supply depot that was put there as a semi-wall, but it's just going to sort of soak Lurker shots for now, and this SUV will be able to repair it. Thankfully for him, the bunker and range should now be finished. Yes, it is. Oh, he's just starting range again now, so this bunker isn't actually going to be able to be as effective as it could be against these Lurkers, as the Marines in the bunker won't have range. But they will be able to deal with the Lings that are south side of his base. And in the meantime, it looks like Beast is actually moving into Queens, which is a very interesting choice. Beast actually opting to go for exactly the same build, I do believe, as he used against Hansen in the Shinhan Tank Pro League, STPL. So we could see a very interesting climax to this game. Of course, last time Beast did lose to drops and the mobility of Bio, but due to the layout and architecture of this map, he's got a semi-strong contain outside of Boxer's base. Of course, Boxer now does have tanks, but the problem is coming into fruition where he's got the scans, we don't really want to waste them in case his vessels get sniped, which he's now going to add on now. He's got his science facility finished, and he's continuing to add on units. So Boxer, in a somewhat of a tight situation here, is somewhat trapped in his base, and more Lings and Lurkers are going to move across the map from Beast, having adapted somewhat slightly from his game against Hansen, will leave some units behind to defend, and it will render many drop attempts from Boxer to be quite useless, but of course right now he can't really afford to build dropships out of his starport. He only has 1, and if he added a 2nd starport, he may be able to start adding dropships, but it looks like he's just going to try and push out with tanks, medics, marines and firebats, and he's going to start I do believe start switching into mechs slowly but surely, with mines coming out of his factory. They can be a very powerful tool to defend against sort of Ling Lurker backstabs when he moves out on the map with his bio. But once again, Beast showing really good map presence, just leaving Lings absolutely everywhere with Overlords as well. He's really defending against drops. Like, if a drop came out anywhere other than the very north, or even the right side of the map is actually covered by an Overlord, so there's actually no way Boxer can get across the map now without scanning ahead, without being spotted. So Beast has done a really good job adapting his playstyle here to defend against the possible drops that Boxer could be bringing. And Boxer's going to move across, but of course these lurkers are on the high ground, and it's going to make it rather difficult for him to actually push across here. He will be able to start attacking the lurkers with his tanks, but as you can see, the high ground advantage is showing. These lurkers are taking a few extra shots to die than what they could be, and once again Beast is still in such a very strong position. It looks like the queens are moving in. We could see some. Oh, he's actually Swarm Broodling on both the tanks. That means Boxer's pushing power has been severely reduced, and Beast is actually going to use this opportunity to move forward. Of course, lurkers are very strong against Medic Marine, especially when they're supported by this many Zerglings. And Beast did actually manage to get a Spire up in time, and he did get a Scourge, which will allow him to take out the only remaining vessel of Boxer. So Boxer is playing from the back foot here, down in supply ever so slightly, now switching into mech off of 2 gas. He's going to find it a little bit harder to deal with the Lurker and Link Force that will be coming towards his base. As you can see, more reinforcements are coming out of all the hatcheries, more Lurkers are being morphed down here, and they're going to look like they're going to siege up the natural of Boxer. Boxer's trying to move around the map with his Medic Marine to try and do some damage somewhere, but with Beast only being on 3 base, not opting to add on his 4th base yet, there's not really many places that Boxer can attack freely. And right now he just needs to defend against the incoming Lurkerling onslaught. He's starting to get his tank count back up, and he will be continuing to build vessels, but off of 1 starport he's going to find it hard to deal with Scourge and whatnot coming towards his base. The Lurkers are actually going to start taking out the mines outside of his base, which are going to be kind of annoying to him as they're some of the main form of defense. And the Lurkers are going to move up. The Medic Marine force has been decimated. There's a mine that's going to drag and kill most of the Lings there, but he doesn't really have anything to defend against these Lurkers. And if Beast has his hive, which he's now mutating now, Swarm will make this incredibly difficult to deal with. Of course, Boxer is still in a good position, but with Swarm Broodling once again, Beast is going to reduce the tank count of Boxer back to 0, and Boxer can't really afford gas-wise to be building so many tanks at this stage when he needs vessels as well. And it's left him in this awkward position where he can't actually get anything with any range to kill the Lurkers, and there's more Lurkers and Lings coming, and with the Queens outside as well, anything that Boxer tries to defend with is going to be killed. He's going to try and irradiate one of the Lurkers, but of course you still have the Queens and even more Lurkers waiting behind. He's going to try and start mining off of this 3rd base, but with the powerful army of Beasts right outside of his door, he's going to try and push down with his Medic Marine, but there's just not enough Medic Marine compared to the sheer amount of Lurkers. And the last remaining Marines are going to go down, and the Lurkers are just going to charge straight up. A mine goes off, kills 1 Lurker, 2 more go down, 3 more, 4, 5 Lurkers go down there to mines and Marine fire, but there's still another 6 Lurkers just waiting to replace them. And the Queens are just hovering by the tank. The tank is going to try and back away. He's going to siege up, but it's going to get Swarm Broodlinged anyway. And Boxer has lost his entire army now. He has 1 vessel, which will most likely be going down to some Scourge soon. He has 2 vessels now, but he doesn't have enough to defend against this. Oh, here comes the Scourge, which are going to kill one of the last remaining vessels. And Boxer's bunkers are the last things keeping him alive in this game. Of course he does have this 3rd base barely mining, but Beast knows about it. He can go and kill it whenever he wants. Boxer's going to try and sneak some vultures around to maybe do some vulture harass, but of course there is only the 3rd base that he can attack, and Beast actually opting, now knowing that there's nothing that can attack his 3rd base, to move his Lurkers away and try and just finish the job. Not opting to try and get another base, he's just going to move straight across the map and do what he can. The vultures of Boxer are doing their best to try and lay mines, but they're slowly getting surrounded, and no matter how many mines he can lay, they're not going to be enough to deal with this many Lurkers. He's going to try and add tanks again, but he's already lost so much to just the pure lurker force almost. Of course, their supplies are still relatively similar, but Boxer does have a lot of SCVs compared to army units, and these lurkers are just going to move straight up now. There's still mines down. One mine does go off, killing 2 lurkers, and of course there is still 1 bunker, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's still got scans, thankfully, but this bunker's going to die almost instantly, and the bunker goes down, and he's going to try and lay mines again. But there's just, once again, there's so many lurkers, you just can't do anything to kill them. And with Lings coming in as well, this tank isn't going to actually be able to move up and save him. He's going to lift up his command center a little bit, and yes he does. And that was kind of pathetic, but... or prophetic, but yeah, his SCVs are running away. He's going to try and... oh, the Queens, is he going to... oh, the mana-infested command center. I've waited to see that for so long. I really like that. He's going to try and hold the bottomless ramp, but Swarm Broodling goes off again. The last tank he had is gone. There's only Marines and Vultures against this many lurkers. His third base has been full. Oh, another command center gets infested. 2 infested command centers. Boxer is holding on here with all he can, but everything that comes out that's any use to him to defend against this is just getting Swarm Broodling, and there's the GG. A really nice comeback. Well, it's a comeback in the series for Beast. Brings up the series to 1-1, and we're going to move straight into the 3rd game, which I will just quickly check what map that was again. I do believe it's Aztec. But yeah, that was a very, very nice win by Beast there, and that's going to move us straight into the next game.